All right, what's funny is they got all this under the comedy section. That's funny to me. But all this is under the comedy. But I'm gonna put these on the track. See them stress balls. Yeah. Anyway, I walked into here and man, it's like Andrea Wallace giving Madeline a lesson. And it's like, wow, I'm just in the middle of vocals. If I had any questions about what I need to be recording today and how I need to sound, it's getting done today. I'm hearing it. Anyway, forget my hair. Just a little, get it out to the mushroom shape for you. Oh boy. Yeah, we here chilling, y'all. Trying to get myself together here. Speaking of my hair, I'm gonna get a haircut, man. I got some new shades. Gonna be coming in. Got a cousin, man. What's up, Low Keezy? Low Keezy, Low Keezy. What's up? All right. So a lot of the process of what I'm about to do requires me to use the computer that I'm using to record. But at any rate, I'm gonna do what I want to do. What I have to do now, what I need to do now is I need to set up a mic to record some scratch vocals. So me and the mic stand ain't doing so well. We got something that ain't going well. We got parts missing, and I'm just about to take this to something. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm taking this off. So yeah, I'm doing these makeshift vocal booth ideas. I was trying to look at this little retail stand I got up here. I can do something with that and maybe create a vocal booth. I think portable vocal booths about to take off. When I did the video with the saxophone case, somebody's gonna pick up on it and put it on the market. Trust me. They might mention me. They might not. We're gonna rubber band. We ain't gonna tape it. We'll rubber band the mic onto this side of the stand. I did have something hanging from the ceiling before. Jason Davis here. Day 26. Getting ready to have a whole week of vocal recordings. I'm going to be focusing on background vocals primarily. Getting the message of the song across to the listener is going to be the main focus. And treating it in a way where it's got some kind of marketability toward broadcast, film, television, not necessarily just trying to push the words to my song off on people and how wordy I can be. That can be a turnoff. So I'm trying to do something that I can play on stage, number one. I can play on stage and it sounds good and I feel comfortable playing it. And that people, will lend an ear to and get a music a chance. This is the hard part about making records is knowing how to, address people that you are, wanting to give you just a chance, you know what I'm saying? So that's my approach now is the appreciation of the people, supporting folks like you all that are watching this video and folks that are willing to give your music a chance. when it comes out, support it and tell people about it and do all those kinds of things. I could have used those little cushions there over here. That would have been tight. But that's why they make tape. Yeah, we're gonna tape the mic. Because we don't need to move. It don't have to move. Maybe that's not a good idea. Trying to get away from me, y'all. So what I'll do is, however it lays, I'll use that as just a picture of the story. You know? Stuff don't have to be perfect, y'all. Sometimes the way it comes out. Like shot guard and all that. We just need to know to tell people where to aim. You know. The fact that I don't have a pop guard, it can work to my advantage. Without somebody shooting directly, and we can begin. GT55 groove tubes. That's what the mic is. Reliable mic so far. Only had it a couple of days. The mic cord in the mix. Mic cord in the mix. So yeah, more about the record. You can go download the record on July 13th. You can download it off iTunes. It's gonna be on Amazon, Spotify, Deezer, a lot of different places. You can just go look for it. I really haven't named the record. I'm believing the name of the record may be something along the lines of Them Blues. That's what I'm thinking the name of the record is. And that could possibly be the title track. Them Blues. What I know very well. A lot of people talk about jazz and hip hop and stuff like that, but I can relate more so to the blues because I came up listening to the blues. Came up listening to more blues than anything else. Stevie Wonder and the blues. And everything that was out, like Kool and the Gang. Well, we listen to Kool and the Gang on Saturday morning when we cleaning up and, you know what I'm saying, doing our chores and watching cartoons, take a little break, listen to Kool and the Gang. But that's what the radio was playing, you know. That was Fort Worth area. We had Tom Joyner. You know, Tom Joyner be hitting a lot of the good DJs, and the DJs are important. Shout out to the DJs. The DJs, you know, we gonna need you to help us push this record. So I will be coming with some vinyl. Come with some vinyl a little later in the summertime. And I'm giving that vinyl to the DJs. You know, DJs you want it, we're going old school. I give you the vinyl. You play it, I'll give it to you. So matter of fact, for the people that's buying the CDs, I really want to give you a discount on the vinyl, you know. So we're gonna work with that. We're gonna make a deal. Get this music as many ways as we can. I got some bonus tracks gonna be coming. Man, let me just start telling you about the people on the record. Chris Green, guitar player from Motown, from the Motor City. So I'm not faking and shaking, getting that Motown sound with that guitar. We got Chris Green. Chris Green is killing it. He did one session with us in November. He did the first session, and him blending with Shelton Summers on keyboard, on Rhodes, not keyboard, but on Rhodes. Him blending with him. and their interaction on the record is something special. It gives it that super live feel. We uh we did a 2 camera broadcast camera recording of that session uh, with Ken, and it was great. So we got some of that on film. Um, that session also included the anchors, Byron Crenshaw and Jalen Washington. Uh, the two of them being, the two people that really extended the sound of the songs and really brought them alive, and laying a foundation for Shelton and Chris to really just nail it. And they nailed it. We did the stuff in first take stuff. We didn't do a lot of anything. These guys were being introduced to each other and to the music all at the same time, and that's how we began this recording process. So when you're buying the record, this is what you'll be listening to. Um, you'll be listening to us taking some music and turning it into a sound, a feeling, a documentation of a moment here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So that was the first session. Next session, I brought in 8 horn players, uh, 4 trumpets, trombone, Barry sax, myself, and let's see who else was it? Mark Cervantes. Uh, you had Jeremy Sinclair. You had Emmanuel Williams, and I'm gonna get Kazunori's name right today. Kazunori Tanaka on trumpet. Very talented um, trumpet players, all different though, from 3 different perspectives. And brought in Gaka James. We can talk about Gaka James. Brought in Gaka James. Brought in Jamada Hollow on Barry sax. Gaka James on trombone. So both like 7 horns. You know, um, myself on tenor. And what I did on the session, which is interesting, I intentionally played somebody else's saxophone so that it could give me a whole different characteristic, on that in that session. So I didn't sound like Jason in the horns, where I sounded like I was blended. So I definitely am not happy with the way I played that day because I sounded crazy. I wasn't used to the instrument, but that's part of the story. We're keeping all that stuff. We're not doing a lot of editing. Uh, so those tracks were done live. Our horn tracks were all written out, you know, emailed to the guys in advance, charted out and exact, just exactly what I wanted, the sounds that I was going for from tune to tune, the blend of the different horns together, 3 of these, 2 of these. We went for all that. We didn't just punch a bunch of horns on and stack them. We going for a lush, you know, uh, Bob Brookmeyer, Steely Dan, Paul Reiser, kind of Jerry Hay kind of sound, Duke Ellington. We want to have all those little elements of instrumentation, being presented. Not just a bunch of horns stacked on top of each other or people. But it's some vibe stuff too, when we creating. But we got a shout out to Fred Wesley on the record. Shout out to the JB Horns, Pee Wee Ellis, Maceo Parker. To the JB Horns, man. A lot of one of these tunes is based upon their influence on me. Back when I was 18 years old, starting college, I wrote a song off of a Fred Wesley lick, and I call it D minor funk. It was in D minor, so it's called D minor funk. And I presented it for a class, and they ended up doing it on one of the shows at Weatherford College. And man, we played that song. And the crowd started, it was like this jazz show, and everybody was kind of sitting there like, okay. And then we played that. We hitting it. And I mean, you know what it was. It was like possibly McKinley Jackson on piano, Lloyd Stephens on bass, and Spud on drums. And we had the other horns, Now telling who it was, maybe me and Bucket, Ray. And it was kind of like, it was a moment. People started grooving, and I started feeling like, yeah, this jazz stuff with this funk stuff together, we could pull something together. So I started feeling it. And shout out to the saxophone players, man. Shout out to Keith Anderson, man. Shout out to Carol, you know. Come on, Fowler, man. Y'all brothers, man, are amazing. Keith Loftus, I have to keep naming cats all day long. Reginald Haynes, man. Gabe Durrell, great brothers, man. You know, Rob Hover. I can say that all day. Rodney Bowens, all y'all cats, man. My boy Jamali, you know what I'm saying? Chuck Ledbetter, you know what I'm saying? Don Diego, Paul Rogers, Lee Charles Mitchell, these brothers, all y'all cats, man. Jeff Aycock, all y'all brothers, man, and some that I have not named that you know who you are, Fulton, you know what I'm saying? Brothers know, man, I came up listening to y'all, man, and all those that have passed on, those other brothers, Worm and James Clay and all them, Claude Johnson. It's important to sit back and think about, all those folks, man, and realize that we walk in their footsteps, and we have to, when we make this music, we got to make it real. We got to play with smart. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned from every one of y'all and every one of them cats, man. You play with heart and just mean it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into this thing. Vocals all week, man. This is just a pregame. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock or something. It's just a pregame. We're just setting it up, warming it up. I'm gonna scratch all the vocals myself. So when the vocals come in, just let them sing what I'm singing. When I want to run, I'll sing a run. Um, I'm gonna make some charts here, some charts that are like condensed section scores. Like this section or the hook, da 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 bridge. Um, I'm gonna really utilize some things that are my forte, and I really don't talk about a lot of my the things that I think I'm really good at. Because I like to try to be like Michael Jordan, be good at all the positions on the court. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I think I'm really excellent at is performing with vocalists. And so a lot of my sax parts I'm saving as embellishments to the vocals on the vocal tunes because I feel like that's my forte. I came up playing with choirs, and I came up playing with great jazz vocalists like Sandra Kay and Janae Brantley and many Andrea Wallace, right? Two doors open. You um, great vocalists. Victor Cage, go on and on and on talking to you. The members of God's Property, every one of them are amazing vocals. So, coming up playing those concerts, man, back when it was me and Peabody and who was the bed and shoot, RC, Spud and Keith Taylor, we was Don Diego had given me Don Diego the sax player in town. Everybody know Don Diego. Don Diego had given me all his gigs, man. Every time the club changed names or he move on to a new club, he always called me and say, "Hey, you come take this gig at RJ by the lake, come take it at Lakeside." And he just straight up give me the gig. He'd leave his sound equipment and we come plug in, boom, play the gig. They had the side, where you could dance. They had jazz in the basement. And although we didn't really know what to play, we could play anything. So we played like our, you know, Neo Soul, Joe, D'Angelo. We're doing that way back then. Um, and like I say, Lakeside, or by Lake Phenomenon. And then, Paul Rogers would be giving us gigs, because he had a band, Change of Pace. And they would be, man, say, man, can you sub this gig? I'm like, the whole band? And solid groups, man. So we came up listening and going out there in Dallas, man, from the jump. Check it out. I'm just gonna let the camera roll today, man. That's how it's gonna go down. This live could just. I wish I could just. If I had another computer, Yeah. Shout out to Sean Martin, man. Sean Martin's on this record. The next session, after I did the horns, I think I waited like a month. And I went back in. What was that next session? Yep. Took the rhythm section back in, brought in RC and Sean. I think that's what the session was. Yeah. RC Sean, RC Williams, Sean Martin, Byron Crenshaw on bass, and Jalen Washington and Kazu on trumpet. Boy, we could have played anything that night. We could have played. We could have played my jazz record, but we didn't. We Oh, it's a secret. I can't tell you what we played. Man, we hit some. It's gonna be a surprise. But we hit some stuff. I want to tell you more about it, but I can't tell you everything. Can't get the whole game away. Um, boy, man, them dudes play some music. But then I went in the studio by myself. I went in one time, just me. That's when I started taking out that garden and lawn equipment and stuff in there, recording those all those sounds and stuff. And it was fun. It was fun to have a drill going and be able to play some percussion at the same time with this on beat one or on the end or two. Just sounds you can't get from any kind of regular musical instrument. And so began to open those files back up and explore. So it'll be a musical journey. Um, but the record is about the funk. That's just what it's about. And for so many reasons, but none in particular, but for a lot of reasons. Um, if I had to choose one, I'm gonna keep telling you it's about the dance element. Having the idea and the element of dance in music is part of how music and the rhythm and the beat began to take shape. It was from the dance, from the feet hitting the earth and creating those sounds that were then uh, recreated from drums made from natural skins and hollowed out trees or pots or whatever what the case would have been at that time. Um, but yeah, it's got to go together. So creating something that's danceable, yeah, I'm interested in that. I'd like to do a good record or two or maybe 8 or 9 with that in mind. And I feel like that's what the masters were doing before me. And I think when it took shape into something else, I think that was necessary with the development of the bebop and different things. But I think it's all come back full circle where we can enjoy it all. We can enjoy it all, and we can still make it artistic. We can keep it as being something that makes you want to dance, but something that makes you feel uncomfortable too. At some point, it's okay for art to do that. Art is not supposed to be like you see a picture and you go, "Oh, what a pretty picture! I really love it. I understand." You don't necessarily always have to like it or understand it. It is what it is, whether whether you're comfortable or not with it. So that's what I think the new music does, and that's all I can call it right now. Is the new music, uh, because the new music is based upon the previous music. I wouldn't say the old music, but the previous music, and so it's inevitable. And I guess I get out on the way. That's one of the tunes we're doing. We're doing a tune which almost became the title track. It's called "Everything Must Change," and it's important that we pay attention to that. Everything you say, you say, man, Dallas is new and doing all this new stuff and all that. That's cool. It's cool. It's true because it's done changed, man. Everything's got to change. Um, and with that progression, not just change, but progression. I heard some guys talking one day. They were saying, man, we used to make the same amount of money we make right now in the '70s, and I'm like, oh wow. That's because, with the lack of change, with the lack of progression, you know, you don't have that development. So that's one of the one players like Gene Ammons or Ben Webster, give it the whole